What's up with these pins?
mini pin video
Yes.
segment here. We have 3 that we don't think we've covered before.
Yeah.
May have, may not, but we're going to cover them again
Right.
if not.
Right.
So,
it's kind of a supplement to another episode.
So what's the first one we got there, Mike? I saw it up on the shelf while we're doing the other videos, and I don't know that
I don't know that we did it. Maybe we did, but we didn't. We'll do it. So this is the AMF pin.
This is not just an AMF tournament pin.
It's AMF permit number 95. These were the pins for the European market.
Now flip it around. This is the part that was more interesting to me.
It has a red eagle
instead of the normal one like you see on the regular ones that are blue.
Right, and of course the stripes compared to its 42 counterpart,
they're very
and even the AMF Magic Triangle logos are very different. This one looks like a stingray to me.
Yeah, that looks more like a stamp on the left. The right one looks more like, more like the painted stamp, whatever.
But anyway,
different.
Yeah, it's very different.
So you got this from Europe?
Well, Hans got it for me, and it came from somewhere over in Europe. But there are also other versions of this Permit 95 where they had just the AMF triangle, and it said AMF in block letters above it, like the block letter tournament. But it did not say tournament inside the triangle.
Wow.
And it had a red eagle also. Yeah, this one's been well used. As you can see, it's seen some action. But, it still
clean as
still sounds good.
Going probably for another couple of years. If you put it in, I think with a new set of pins now, that would probably last longer than the new pins.
Probably.
Because the wood quality these days is
a
lot of wood is grown a lot quicker and harvested quicker, so it's
right.
not really as dense as it used to be.
For sure. And this one's nylon reinforced, much like the tournament pins were. So
it does have the nylon.
Yeah, it does have the nylon reinforcement under the plastic coating.
Okay.
That's probably why it's held together so well.
Right.
So anyway, but yes, it's turned color. It's been used. But hey, you take what you can get.
Right.
And, hopefully.
If you think it looks
sorry,
like crap,
dusty pins.
If you think it looks like crap, let's see yours. Oh,
yeah.
That's right. You don't have one.
Or if you have one you want to get rid of that's in better shape, I'm interested.
There you go.
And some of these, if you go look on videos of bowling in England, you'll see these, and the stripes are thin like this, but sometimes they're further apart.
Right.
But the triangles are always goofy looking because they're almost too big for the front of the pin.
Yeah.
So anyway, but that's one. I don't know if we talked about it, but we just talked about it again if we didn't.
Well, we have. And now all of a sudden we have 2 more that I don't think we talked about. At least
Yeah.
I know we didn't.
Well, we've always talked about the Magna pins.
Everybody loves Magnus.
Yeah. So when Magna pins first came out, they weren't ABC approved yet. They had this decal that was color. And
were the stripes originally that sloppy on them?
Well, this one's been recoated.
Okay.
So they masked off the label, and they tried to mask off the stripe. See, like right there, if you look, I don't care. Yeah, there's some more stripe up here that looks like they just kind of said, because you can see right here, there's more where it's raised that I think they didn't mask off, but they did what they could. But anyway, so this one has no ABC approval on the back because it is not yet approved. So this is one of the first ones. Yeah.
Do you have any idea when they made those or started making them?
In the 60s.
Okay.
I think 59 or 60. And it says uniform weight and balance. So that's kind of a unusual thing. It's usually controlled weight, et cetera, et cetera. But anyway.
But for those who don't understand, a Magna pin is made out of magnesium. Yeah,
the shell is magnesium, and inside of it's got foam. Yeah. And then the coating is kind of like Surlyn. I mean, it's very similar.
White paint or something.
Well, the actual coating is, it's coated, but it's kind of gooey like Surlyn, kind of like Amphites.
But you cannot throw those in the fireplace and burn them, or you would have a hole in your floor.
You would have a very white hot burning fire, as a friend did one time, because his center was getting rid of a bunch of pins, and he did not know that some of their red pins were magnesium pins. So when they got new color pins, they were getting rid of the red ones, so he took a bunch of them and happened to go toss in the fireplace. And of course, he lights the fireplace, and life's going on pretty well. And all of a sudden he's got his back to the fireplace, and the room lights up this bright white, and he looks at the fireplace, and of course, magnesium reacts violently when it's burning with water, so you can't throw water on it. So he ended up taking a bunch of his wife's plants and dumping the plants on it to put it out. Of course, she was not happy.
Oh,
but
probably not.
But you know, hey, but he kept the shell, where it started to burn the shell after it cooled off and everything. So he kept it. I remember seeing it all burn up, and
I've got a couple that have like burnt damage to them, but they didn't actually.
They didn't ignite good enough, yeah. Because
Right.
they would, if they had gotten full going, it would have
Probably
been.
some near them didn't, which probably
Yeah.
didn't help the cause when the bowling alley caught on
No, probably not. And with a certain bowling center we know and love having about
fire. 30,
30,
cases.
40 something cases of them, that might be something the fire department would want to know is back there. But anyway, so another MagnaPen label version. This came from James Hale to Robert to me. But this label is smaller than the label on the MagnaPen there's a label, it's the same label, but it's bigger. The stripes, they're all the same size. They're orange and they're skinny. They're all the same size, whereas on most MagnaPens, skinny, thick, skinny.
Now, is that a new pen or is
Yeah,
that
this one's new. This is not recoated. See, this has got the approved ABC synthetic. It's a decal. I mean, it's raised up. Excuse me.
Is the front a decal too, or is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So this one was I don't know where this falls in the renditions, because you have obviously this one, which was one of the first because it's doesn't have any approval on it, and then I think we went to the bigger label version of this with the thin stripe, thick stripe, thin stripe, and then we had the cartoon version, which has we found up in Cleveland.
Right.
And and then there's this one. So I don't know where they fall. I mean, it's kind of like AMF pens and Brunswick pens. They got the same labels, but sometimes the B's are real low, the USB-C logo is real low, the stripes are real high in the neck, sometimes they're lower. It's different. But this label is obviously smaller than, let me get its counterpart. I mean, they're the same, but see how different?
Right.
And the stripes are obviously different.
So this one, you're looking at the pin coating, and it's not a label. This one's an actual raised label, and this is part of the decal, the white part, where that one is not. That's more like a stamp, I guess.
Right, exactly.
And then you got the serial number in the neck on that one too, where this one has no serial number. Yeah, the stripes are definitely different.
Right. So there is. So I don't know who came first. So anyway,
I guess the one on the left came first.
It's possible,
but
who knows? But anyway, yeah, I don't think I know we've talked about MagnaPens. I don't think we had talked about this one specifically, because it is different. We have now, and this was sap courtesy of a mixer. But I got a lot. But let me tell you, it was a big old glob of goo, and it's unfortunately it discolored it, but it's on the side that you don't see. So, Magic Eraser did wonders. Yeah.
If you don't have a Magic Eraser, I would say go get you some.
They're good for cleaning pens.
Yeah, I've taken one to a flyer. It took away that dull finish on there and made it shiny white. It looks 100 times better.
Oh yeah, yeah. So anyway, so that's all I got. I can't remember. Did we talk about that Duralastic? I don't like to touch it because I got.
Oh yeah, I don't think we ever did.
So Robert will do a picture of it there.
Duralastic here.
We're not going to touch it because it's like Charlie Brown's Christmas tree.
Yeah, it's definitely got some coating issues. But this is the Duralastic, not to be confused with the Duralastic. Is it?
I think it's the same pen but a different label.
Yeah.
And of course, I got it down to take pictures for Hans.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid to clean it because when I got it down to take pictures for Hans, another piece flaked off, so I kept it so I can glue it back on.
Yeah, we've glued a few pieces back on already.
So yeah, that's one that's kind of different. And I don't remember. Did we talk about Vulcan number 14?
I don't know.
armor coat back here?
I don't think we did. The back one?
The back one in the middle there.
I don't know. What about, talk about it then.
Well, that is Vulcan's first plastic coated pin, the armor coat. We went from the 14 to the Voltex, or the Vulcan. We went from the 14 to the 19, then to the Voltex, then to the Nile Tough Supreme. And then that's a Voltex 2. They started doing the black and red stripes on. That's 328 back there. But
so they actually did the black and red stripes on those.
Yeah, you could get them that way.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
I have a couple, but mine are electrical tape. So.
But yeah, hey, you do what you can. Yeah. But they and yeah, there's Glorious, one of the easy pins. Different labels are a little different. One says nylon reinforced, the other doesn't. But then we got the multi-liner, the Akron bowling pin multi-liner, and what is that other one though?
I think we've already covered all
Yeah,
those.
I think we have. But the Duralastic, I don't know that we ever talked about because, like I said, I don't like to move it because
it's fragile.
It's one of those that plastic comes off. So I'm luckily,
knock on some wood.
Knock on some wood. The coating is remaining intact where the label is. Now the Eagle's missing a wing and some other stuff, but for the most part, it's the label on the front's holding together. So
very cool.
Yeah. So there we go.
All right. Well, thank you again for the latest, the abbreviated version that's now turned into 12 minutes long, but that's all right.
Sorry. Sorry if I get dust on my hoodie. It's because, well,
you're getting bowling pin remnants.
Yeah, I haven't dusted them in a bit.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But they are safe here in the domicile of Mike.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, thank you very much.
Yep.
And till the next episode of Hey Mike.
What's up with that pin?
We'll see you in the garage.
Yep.